Hello and welcome everyone to D&D Night on DDOstream right here on twitch.tv/DDOstream every Sunday night 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Right here it's Tabletop Dungeons & Dragons by and for DDO players right here on DDOstream. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We use Fantasy Grounds Unity for this one. Fantasy Grounds is a sponsor. They provided a license and some other keys over the years to help facilitate this show, so we want to give a shout out to them and direct you to fantasygrounds.com for more information. You can get even like a free account and things like that over there. So Fantasy Grounds is how this gets done. What are we doing here tonight? This is part 2 of The Queen's Return. The Queen's Return is the next significant chapter in the story of this campaign in the world of Eternia that I have been doing here for a couple of years now for D&D Night on DDOstream. And we've got the core group here with us tonight. So let me say hello to start with to Lynn, who is playing Lucrezia.
Hey everyone, this is Lynn. I'm playing Lucrezia, who is a human paladin.
All right, we got Maximilian. This is Alex.
Hey everybody, this is Alex, aka Grooby, and I'm playing Maximilian Rolf, the Judge.
All right, and Even Note, who's playing Tabiana.
Hey, yeah, I'm Even Note, and I'm playing Tabiana, who is a halfling cleric, and who is sort of somewhere between live and undead, and has a cat in a similar state.
Awesome.
Who may not actually be a cat. He may be a lawyer, but we'll see.
Well, he says he was basically the Archwizard's...
Oh, and that reminds me, the cat's down in the pit, we think. Or the under
That's
the floor.
right. We're going to get to that in a second. The cat actually has said at one point through telepathy that it is Esnazarius' son. Esnazarius being a wizard who tried to kill you a little while back after you were guarding his storehouse of magical secrets, which apparently was being guarded on behalf of the realm, you working on behalf of the realm as one of the Queen's hunters and the Queen's crew going to far-off lands to really mete out the Queen's justice and also do things like protect local villages of various evils, of which you were well equipped to handle. What ended up happening, though, during that trip way back is that you defeated a great tree that had been a long-time semi-deity in the area. And that great tree, upon its death, caused the death of those who had been partaking of its apples, of which it had kept them immortal for many, many centuries in some cases, years in others. Whatever, they all died. The Queen of the realm, Eternia, is immortal, or at least that's been the case up until this point. No one knows exactly what's happened to the Queen. As far as the world knows, the Queen is still in charge and is immortal. But you, your group in particular, has reason to believe otherwise because you were there and saw it happen. Caused it, as a matter of fact. You were sent before you got the chance to report back, although... you have reason now to believe that they're well aware of what went down. You went to a magical storehouse where you were tasked with guarding really some of the realm's greatest magical artifacts. When the person who had been guarding it, one super wizard named Esnazarius, was basically brought to the Queen by your message, which is what you were sent there for. When Esnazarius Jr. came back, he tried to kill you, maybe to cover up all evidence, maybe because he just didn't like you. Kind of hard to say with Esnazarius. He ended up dying, as a matter of fact, at the hands of a night hag who he had stolen from, torn limb from limb, so you didn't really get the chance to ask him, not like you were going to. You ended up resting in a tavern for a little while, at which point you received a summons. You had been called to the General of the Queen's Guard. Actually, never mind. Looking up my text here. Yes, you've been called to the Captain of the Queen's Guard upon urgent and mandatory business. However, there is not one member of your party that believes it. The handwriting is not that of the captain, and you all knew it. And the captain would not have bothered to mention it was mandatory. It has the seal, though, and so it's time to finally return to the royal city and see what happened if you can. Or, if you have another idea, it is your duty as hunters to return or face a hunt yourself, but the choice is up to you. What you chose to do this first session here of the campaign was to try to get to the royal city and try to make a less than public entrance by finding a nearby town and a nearby tavern, and just kind of getting the lay of the land there, so to speak. While on the way there, you were attacked a couple of times, as a matter of fact, and one of the attackers fled, although Esnazarius Jr., the ghost cat, was on its heels, kind of scaring it and such, along with a summons, if I recall correctly. Is that right? Either way.
Yes, there was a specter that I...
Yes, a specter that sent it on its way, and Esnazarius Jr. followed the person, which led you to this tavern just on the edge of what I guess we would call a suburb of the royal city, but basically an out village of the royal city, where you found a tavern that was eerily quiet, as if it had not been used in a long time. However, upon entry, while it was dark, you had found signs that had been recently used, including the presence of one low fire and some food which had not yet spoiled. While doing some investigation, you uncovered a rug that led to some kind of passage down into the darkness itself being magical. And at that point, you heard what appeared to be the meow of one Esnazarius Jr. coming from the darkness, and if I recall correctly, the group began its descent at the end of the session. Anything else anyone want to add, or correct, or mention?
We're kind of in trust no one mode. That's all I have to add.
It seems to fit for the day. What with us being ambushed and all.
I just hope Sneezy Jr. is okay.
All right, everyone should see the tavern map at this point, and the watchers of the stream have been seeing it up on XSplit for a while. It's generally safe for you guys to watch the stream if you want to. You will get some things spoiled, but I trust you all to know how to roleplay, so it's fine. But if you don't want anything spoiled, then you maybe don't want to, but it's fine if you end up catching a glimpse of it, so.
Unless you put something on the very, very, very far right, probably won't be an issue.
Right.
Right. I do remember something about when we approached this town, the guards attacked us, but one of them, the Spectre, when he was questioned, said they didn't agree with the orders to attack us or to take us in.
Yes, correct. So there's clearly something going on. Further proof that there's dissension in the ranks.
And yes, we were heading down into under the rug. There was a trapdoor, I believe, and we were heading down.
Okay, so it's time to swap maps. Give me a second. Is it easier to just pull from one map to another or combat tracker, right? Yeah, pull from the combat tracker. Well, the Spectre's gone, right?
For all intents and purposes, yeah. Whenever I take a long rest, it'll be gone, gone, so.
So I guess it's still chasing that dude through the woods.
Well, I ask because it could have ended up down in this area if it's still going to be around for, let's say, 2 days or something like that.
Only if I don't take a rest for a long time.
Okay. Well, you haven't rested yet, have you?
Nope.
Nope.
So it is still around.
presumably, then yes, it could be. If it can come upon us again, then yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the information. So you enter into a period of magical darkness. You see some things on the map here, but where you are, let me move you, Taviana. Back here is all magical darkness. So what is it that you want to do when you descend into the magical darkness?
Really, really, really hope that nothing can see me. If it's magical darkness, nothing, my torches, spells, all that stuff, that's not going to work, correct?
Yeah, well, some spells might, but torches no. Also, now that you're down here, you realize you can't hear anything either.
I do have a cantrip, light cantrip. Can I, like, pick up a rock and cast light on it? Will that work?
I don't think this cantrip light dispels magical darkness. That would
Nope.
be my gut.
You
Check
can
on
still
that.
cast it, and then we can know when we pass out of the magical darkness.
Correct. So you presumably will need some kind of light source, and yes, you can cast it in magical darkness, but it's not going to dispel the magical darkness. There are things though, like I believe the sunlight spell, and there are higher level light spells that will indeed cut through some of this stuff.
Yeah, doesn't look like I have any of that. Nope.
All right. Well, what are you going to do? You can feel that you feel the walls around you. You're not, immediately being attacked or anything. You can't see or hear anything. You feel that it is kind of a rough, coarse ground underneath your feet, probably dirt, maybe dirty cement, something like that. It's and as a matter of fact, you just felt like a big rumble under your feet, like something shifted or moved, and that something was maybe like a boulder.
In that case, what I would like to do is suggest that either Maximilian or Lucretia goes first.
Okay, I'll go first. I have no problem with that.
All right. Well, let me know where you want to go.
So, would I think that Moonbeam might light up the magic darkness?
Yeah, I think it might. Maximilian, though, you have now entered past it, right in front of a gigantic giant, and you see a couple of armored knights of the Queen's Guard standing around. Actually, they come to alert when they see you, but they were basically standing around.
Okay. Hey guys, there's stuff right up here.
They can't hear you.
No.
I said, hey guys, there's stuff right up here. I was reaching for something.
No, he means we can't hear.
Okay,
you.
can't hear me, can't hear me.
Oh, wait, wrong song.
However, I will be stepping up as well.
I'm going to just sort of place a hand on Lucretia's back and, keep inching along behind her unless I feel her suddenly fall, in which case I'll stop.
All right, so we're going to put you like that because Tabiana's going to kind of shove you aside, or you're going to pull her out once you get through that into that hallway and out of the magical darkness. You too see a gigantic giant in front of you and a couple of knights of the Queen's Guard who are now at alert, swords drawn, staring at you warily.
Hi, have you seen a cat?
Why am I getting a really bad feeling that Donuts is something and I can't read the rest is actually Sneezy Jr.? Donut the Ancient.
You hear a rumble. He says, "Identify yourself."
All All right. I'm Judge Rolf.
All right, you take a step forward. He looks at you. He looks over to Night One, who shrugs his shoulders like, I don't know who that is. He looks at you and says, you. What brings you here?
I told you we're looking for a cat.
There
Have you
are no
seen him?
cats here. There have not been cats here. I have not seen a cat. You are not looking for a cat.
Sir, we
We
heard the cat
are.
meowing.
His name is Sneezy Jr. He ran away from us, and we heard him a meow coming from down here.
That's actually a very good point. How could you have heard a meow coming from down there if it was indeed magical darkness and deafness?
Maybe sometimes we hear what we want to hear.
Maybe Sneezy Jr. has studied ventriloquism. We never really got a chance to talk much about his educational background.
It's true.
Nonetheless, you're pretty sure it can't speak through magical darkness. Or
We
magical
did hear the
deafness.
meow. We didn't know there was magical darkness until we got down here. We did hear a meow.
That said, if Donut the Ancient looks at you and says that it has not seen a cat, maybe it's telling the truth.
I mean, I'm certainly not going to disbelieve Donut, especially while standing right here in front of him.
They look basically ready to attack you.
They really kind of do.
What
I mean-
are you going to do?
I look relatively ready to be attacked at, so
I mean,
I'm sorry.
the
What are
thing-
you doing under here?
Okay, make a skill check. What are you trying to give me a skill? No. Even you know that you're not a very intimidating person.
I just grin
But
after
what
I
are
say
you
it.
doing here? Donut looks at you and says, "You are not the one to ask that question. I will give you one more second before you die."
we are the Queen's hunters. So we were returning as we were ordered by somebody.
You give me a skill check. Basically persuasion.
Oh, I was going to use intimidation. Sure.
Intimidation works too.
Good.
That is pretty good. Okay, so Night One kind of looks at you for a second and says, "Hey." At which Donut and the other knight they were basically ready to pounce. Knight One is like, "Hey." Donut just looks at him and says, the knight turns to you and says, "Returning from where?"
Now I've got to remember where the place was,
Now we have an out of play problem.
because it was a secret to begin with.
It was indeed, and I never told you as far as I'm aware. Remember, it was just a very, very remote ghost town, essentially, in the northwestern section of the world, if that helps.
That is none of your concern.
You had otherwise gone up northeast, and I can't quite remember the name of that town either off the top of my head, but
But I can tell you how to get there.
yeah, but we can out of play say that you could say that town if you wanted to.
Sure.
How long have you been gone?
Well, it seems like years.
How long have you been near here? And he kind of gestures around the area.
We got here today.
The other knight looks over. You say, "What do you think?" Well, it could be. So Knight 1 turns to you and says, "So you've had no contact with your superiors in how long?"
Oh, geez, how long has it been since we left?
I want to say like 3 months for some reason.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's maybe been even a little longer than that because of the distance of travel, but, something like that. All
And
right.
we made our way back through assassin creatures.
Okay, so at this point then, you see that they kind of relax their stance a bit. They say, "Are you willing to talk?"
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'm always willing to talk.
Come here, sit down if you would. And you do notice the knights tend to change some positions. They ask you to sit around here if you're willing.
Yep.
Okay.
My name is Donut, the Ancient.
You look a little glazed. Are you feeling okay?
I have not eaten in some time.
Did you say eaten or been eaten?
Eaten.
Okay.
What do you have for food?
Start pulling out. I was gonna say, start pulling out some. What do we have? Rations.
So just your general rations, though, right? So
Yeah.
no special diets or anything like that here.
I may have some kitty treats. But yeah.
What do you think would be in those kitty treats?
Tuna.
No, but like what kind of tuna? Like
Pork?
Yeah,
like dried, fresh, chunked.
well, since they're treats, probably dried tuna. And maybe a few bits of cheese as well.
Okay. They look. He goes, "You have nothing I can eat." Although he does look fairly hungrily at you, each of you at some point. Less so you, though, Maximilian. You don't seem that tasty. You seem like you might be kind of rough and chewy.
A tad explosive.
Yeah.
I have some ink and a piece of chalk. Is that something he would like? And some sealing wax. I'm just like looking through.
Well, he's still looking. You can keep it going, but it turns to you, Lucrezia, because you had made an effort to speak earlier as well and said, "Tell us, where have you been? What have you done? We are here to hear what you may be under orders not to tell." And one night just turns to you, Maximilian, not all of you, but just kind of turns and says, "You have a choice to make."
Elaborate.
Well, I just asked you to tell everything that you've been doing.
I'm gonna start telling. So first we went up in this tree thing, and most of our people turned into trees, and then somebody exploded, and then we went on.
Exploded.
Yes,
Well,
I exploded.
Maximilian exploded, but he got better.
Well, sort of. It took a bit.
Do you mean from another plane?
I mean, slightly, but no. I fully was scattered all across the scene.
He just looks at you incredulously. Go on.
Well, luckily I don't give anything away with my mask on, so.
Can I see you without your mask?
No.
Go
Did
on.
explode.
I will trust you.
And that's standard.
Lucrezia, I have read your soul. It appears to be trustworthy. Continue further.
And so then we were starting to return, and we got orders to go to this shop, and then the shop owner left us there, and there was all this like fighting and this and that, and he came back, and then he tried to kill us, and we're all very confused.
Did you mention that you were sent there by the queen herself?
Yes.
So you met
we
the
were.
queen herself, and she told you to do what?
When we spoke to the queen herself, I believe she sent us to the apple tree.
Speak carefully, Donut says. Your next words may mean much. Did she send you on her behalf or on behalf of the city?
No, on her behalf. What she requested from us was it seeds or was it apples? I think it was an apple. True.
She sent us on other business, but the apple was a personal request, I believe.
What is this apple?
Well, we don't rightly know.
Magic. It was clearly magic.
It was a little questionable.
I think all we know about is that she had one when she was a girl, and it was the most delicious apple she ever had, so she wanted us to get more of them. But I don't think we know much about it beyond that, do we?
Not really. Except it didn't go so well for some of our companions who ate some of the apples.
So I need you to think back to your inventory, your current inventory. Remember, it's kind of loosey-goosey because we transitioned from Fantasy Grounds Classic to Fantasy Grounds Unity. But do you have things that were given to you by the Queen's Guard when you set out on your mission that are still in your possession?
Well, let's see. I've got manacles, but those aren't from the King's Guard or for the Queen's Guard. They're from.
You've had them on your person for years,
right? To the point they coalesced with me. Let's see.
Aside from the blunderbuss, I'm not sure that was actually
those are standard issue as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm not seeing anything that isn't pretty standard in my inventory.
Let's see. I've got a bag of sand from I don't remember. I've got a 25-pound chest. We almost certainly have the missive sent to us.
yeah, that would be true. Maybe do you have the original orders?
Do we actually have the note that the guard captain, who's not really the the captain who's not really a captain, does one of us have that?
Well, none of you said you got rid of it, so I assume it was still just being carried around.
Yeah, it's probably in one of those map cases.
Okay. The reason it becomes apparent is Night 1 here starts freaking out and starts rummaging through your bag, Lucrezia, at which point Donut looks over and says, What? What? And it becomes to get alarmed. And then actually he gets a little scared. And he's like, No, they don't. We need the kobold. And he says it loud and it echoes through the chamber here. Kobold, kobold, kobold.
Yana, yeah. Even. Kobold!
At which point you see a panicked, quite frightened kobold.
Aww.
Come running down the hall saying, You spoke too loud? They're coming!
I'm sorry, what is going on?
This looks like a underground resistance cell if I was just guessing.
Donut says, looks to the knight and says, "Have you found it? Have you found anything?" He's like, "No, I haven't." Are you just going to let him look through your bags? He's turning over now to yours, Tabiana. Basically tearing everything and throwing it on the floor that you'll let him do. So,
I don't have anything to hide, but I would appreciate it if you would not just, like, rifle through my stuff like that. There may be some breakable things in there.
Knight 2 gets in front and says, "Do you have anything with you from the captain of the guard, from a while ago, from the Queen's visit? Did the Queen give you something?"
I don't remember if she did or not.
I have no memory of whether we did or not.
All right. So
Honestly, can't answer that question.
I need you all to make a perception check. And just hang on. I can actually, I think, do this using Fantasy Grounds Unity. Let me see. Perception. Okay. All right. So let's see. Do you have a thing that's telling you to roll? No?
No.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Okay, just roll perception.
Or out of it.
Out of it. Or in the tower.
Just a
Maximilian,
moment.
you're closest. Oh, actually, that was an intimidation roll. Never mind.
Yeah. I had to move some stuff so I could get to my tower.
You think maybe, Maximilian, you heard something, but it was right as the kobold was running in saying, you've made too much noise. You can basically hear a pin drop. Everyone's kind of freezing for a moment. Is there anything you want to do?
I'm going to whisper to the kobold and hope he can hear me, or she, or they can hear me from 10, 20, about 30 feet away. Who's coming?
The knight says, "I wish I knew. It's probably not good, though."
Can I beckon the kobold to come a little closer to me?
No, the kobold is hiding behind the giant.
You
see the kobold, however, is wearing a vest, has a monocle, is carrying around some sort of mechanical lock-style gear, and has quite the dapper hat on, as a matter of fact.
Aw, he's adorable.
Is Attic skunk?
Kind of, I guess. Sort of would fit in somewhere, maybe at your local clock festival.
Well, at the very least, I'm going to carefully stand up and get ready for something to bust in.
Yeah, I think that's about the best we can do. Is just, I personally just kind of want to wait and see what's going on before I would do anything.
Donut looks at each of you in turn and says, "I have a choice to make. Are you willing to reject your life?"
Reject my... Actually, I may be undead, so I may have already done that.
Okay, you said that, Maximilian.
I'll need further details on that, on such a statement.
Lucrezia?
I don't understand what's going on. Is the queen okay?
Interesting.
what I-
Interesting thing to say. Okay, so Lucrezia, make a persuasion roll in the tower, please.
Persuasion. Oh, it's not too bad.
Okay. Donut turns to you, Lucrezia, after you say that and says, "Are they your friends? Do you vouch them with your life?"
Tabiana and Maximilian, yes.
Okay. We have a choice. We stand and fight something we don't know, or we escape. Choose now. Looks to you, Lucrezia.
I guess we escape.
Is that what you're all gonna do? It says okay. So as soon as you say escape, they nod and start making their way down a hallway down here. What are you gonna do?
Start following.
Yeah, I'm going to try to protect the kobold if I can while we're following.
Yeah, until we know more of what's going on.
All right. So the next turn here, the giant gets into the corner and really can not quite squeeze through the hallway. Almost can, but not really. Move again. Okay, hang on. You see around a corner this kind of crazed looking human with a large knife and other weapons and a bloodied face kind of scurrying around the corner in your direction there, Tapiana.
Is to the west or to the south?
That would be, well, can you see the cult fanatic on the map?
No.
No? Are you sure? Oh, look down a little bit. Yeah. Oh. Okay, let me make sure it's visible. There you go. Now you should be able to.
There it is.
Guys, there's somebody coming up behind us, and he's definitely armed, and he doesn't look like his mental faculties are processing at 100%.
Tabiana, switch places with me. Protect the
Okay.
kobold.
Okay. So then I'm going to have you all roll initiative.
Sweet.
Tower or out?
Out of the tower is fine.
Oh man, I was really hoping for low numbers. Somebody please beat me. Damn it.
No, as a matter of fact, quite the
Now
opposite.
I roll well.
That wasn't good.
That was not good.
However, we were halfway through a turn here, so Lucrezia is actually up first here.
Yay, we're going halfway through a turn.
Okay, let's see what I have really quick here. So we just see the one fella running towards
That's all you
us
see at the moment.
murderously. Okay. Sorry, give me a second. And we're in like a cave, like a bare dirt kind of cave.
Yeah, it's a bare dirt, almost like a mine shaft style that it was hand dug out.
For possible future reference, are there vines and stuff? Like, or I mean, roots?
No, this would be almost a place where they could probably have temporarily used it for like cold storage, put cases of beer, things like that, and just haul them up the steps at one point.
So no,
Maybe,
like tree.
yeah.
So it's like stone walls, not dirt, for instance.
Yeah, and
Okay.
well, it's some stones, some dirt, some foundation of the tavern, but it's going out into kind of a dirt, like packed dirt, like a mine shaft essentially. But it's tough dirt and rock and things like that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I guess if this guy is looking pretty vicious, I'm gonna shoot with my crossbow at him. Oh, it was on 18.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, it just rolled.
All right.
Currently have one attack, right?
Well, I
Two.
did have you level up to 9, so many of you, if not most of you, should have 2 attacks at this point.
Okay, so I have 2 attacks.
I mean, look it up, but you should.
Alex said 2. So. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna. Oh no, that hit.
All right, there you go. So you hit the cultist. He lets out a yelp and sort of
Stay back.
slows down. All right, Donut is begins looking through his own materials. Says, "I can't find it. I can't find it."
Does anybody
Have
have
that
some
knight
butter?
help you look. He sure did a great job tearing through my stuff.
Okay. Night 2 is just kind of sitting there, hanging on for now. Maximilian. Your turn.
And
All right, when you get out there, you see a couple more things.
okay.
Oh boy.
All right, so now you should see a Slithering Tracker 1 and 4 as well.
Okay. And I will say more of the fluid assassins.
Indeed, they are. You're used to them at this point. What else are you going to do?
I think that'll get me there.
You've moved a lot. I've seen. I saw a 5-foot, 20-foot, now 15-foot. Are you doing double movement?
Nope.
He started out next to me, so
Yeah.
5, 10.
But surely you don't have 25, 40 feet of movement.
No, I've got 30. I guess there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep. All right, good enough. What else are you going to do?
A little bit of magic. Well, that's weird.
I have a bunch of manual dice entry rolls show up on my screen. Maybe I need to stop manual dice entry. But that works too. All right, so I don't know what they do.
Should be one.
It's a failure and a failure and a failure on all three.
Okay.
Let me see if I can turn that off. There we go.
Oof.
Manual dice entry off. All right. That's a lot. That seems like a lot of effects and abilities and things. What did you do to me?
Synaptic Static. It's a 5th level spell.
What does it do?
Well, if they fail, they take was it 8d6 damage, psychic damage, and then they have a minus. If they failed their save, they get a minus 1d6 to their attacks, checks, and saves.
Nice. And it looks like you did 26 points, and 29 points. Or, no, 26. You must have rolled, and then the arrow earlier did 3 on the Cult Fanatic. There you go. Okay, cool. The Kobold Inventor is simply saying, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. And I believe we are now at the start of the turn and the start of the Slithering Tracker's combat. It can move 30 feet. 10, 20, 30. Now, let me take a look, see what its range is on some things. Okay, one large or smaller creature that it can see within 5 feet. Nope. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that yet. Yeah, so it is. Here's the difference, and the reason why you didn't see it earlier is that it is up on the ceiling, which is about not that far up. It's only about 10 feet. 10 and, well, maybe 12 feet or so, but not that much. This would, like I said, was more of a storeroom for the tavern than anything
How
else.
tall is the creature? So, like, how far
It's,
down?
well, it's like an ooze. Kind of hard to tell.
Okay.
These are the things you fought before.
Right.
So it basically stops right outside of range. Now, this one, however, enters your space. First off, you need to succeed on a DC 13 Dex save or be grappled.
I suspect I'll be grappled.
Yep, you failed it, so now you are grappled. Until the grapple ends, you are restrained and unable to breathe unless you can breathe water. You also take 3d10 necrotic damage at the start of its turn. So I assume that means not right away, but at the next turn. However, let me give you the restrained effect. It's also going to do a slam attack, but we'll take care of that in a second. All right, there we go. So now it's going to do its melee attack. And that is amazingly a miss, despite rolling a 16. Whoops. Yep, I did something there. And that's its turn. The cultist is not nearly as brave as he was a minute ago after having been actually injured. However, is going to cast Sacred Flame on you, Maximilian. And you have failed. And take 4 points of radiant damage. And then as a bonus action, no, I'm actually not going to do that right now. That's fine. And then Knight 1 is continuing to guard Donut. Tabiana, your turn.
I'm going to move forward 15 feet.
Oh, actually, hang on, Tabiana. I made a mistake there. Yes, it is still your turn. However, you see another one of these slithering creatures on the side of the wall that's right in front of you.
Crap. Oh, that kind of... I'm not in range of it, correct?
You are just... it is just out of your range, unless you...
If I move, I will not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
Okay, there's only one of them. There are... But I also don't want to hit Maximilian with this shoot. I am going to move out to here. That's 15 feet of my 30 movement. And I am going to cast Flame Strike. And I'm going to center it right between the slithering number 1 and the cult fanatic. So
Okay.
it will hit
What's the radius of it?
60.
No, that's the distance.
Oh no,
yeah.
the radius is 10 feet. Range is 60 feet. So I need to drag the cast onto both of those, correct?
Yeah.
Well, they both do take half damage anyway.
All right.
Dang, that's a lot of dice. Yay!
They are both toast. You basically crushed them into non-existence.
That was the plan. I am going to move back one step. This way I can see Maximilian and I can see the slithering thing. And I can also keep an eye on the kobold. I can do that, right? Take part of my move, do an action, then take a step back?
Yeah.
And I believe that is my turn. I don't see anything else I can do. Oh dear.
Okay. You hear some movement from down the hall. Lucrezia, it's your turn.
Okay.
At the edge of your sight here, you see what appears to be some kind of spellcaster. Hooded.
Okay, but I do see the ooze thing.
Yep, absolutely. It's on the side of the wall.
Okay. I'm going to move, let's see, to right here. And then possibly smite this thing. Or not.
Yeah, or miss. You definitely see the spellcaster, and it looks to be a drow.
Okay. I don't want to attack of opportunity this guy. But so I'll just... Dang it! Okay.
Miss and a miss, unfortunately. All right. Another slithering tracker comes around the hallway.
Oh boy, I'm not liking the look of this.
The knight
Knight! This way!
guards Donut and stands firm. Maximilian, you are grappled.
It's true. I'm restrained. But that just means my speed is 0.
I believe you can do something about that as well.
Yep.
Remember, you will also take damage on the start of its turn as long as you're grappled.
Yep. And it's the one that's hurt, so...
I may be able to help you out with that on my turn, Maximilian.
You hit. And
Yay!
you knocked it. You got it. Thankfully,
Okay.
they're nasty little things, but they're not that tough.
And I don't see the drow yet. But-
You do not.
You did hear me shout at a knight, though.
Let's see if I could cast Bomb on you and if it would take effect if you were already grappled, if it even worked on that. But you're free anyway, so yay!
You're trying to go there.
That should be my movement.
Okay. Unless you've got a bonus action or something?
A second attack.
Kablam.
Wow. Take the restrained off me, because that could have been a crit.
Okay.
This was a 20.
Yeah, that actually was a nat 20. That should have been a crit.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll at it again and see, just in case. I didn't think I'd roll 3 in a row. So.
No. Well, just roll the dice on it. And what would the crit be? Twice that much?
Yep.
That's fine. And we'll just do 20. All right, good enough. Donut says, I found it. Thank you all. Thank you all. If you live, Lucrezia, talk to the kobold. I wish thee well. And he casts a spell and disappears.
Into the
Bye.
hole. Somebody had to say it.
Yes. He's just not that kind of giant, okay?
The kobold says, I don't want to die.
No, not in the face!
And kind of cowers in the corner. We're at the top of the order here.
We can't protect you if you're too far away.
Oop, I have one other that was still moving. Hang on. Okay, hang on.
Another one.
I need to look up a spell real quick. Okay, the Drow casts a spell. And this radius, let's see, line of sight would be centered on you, Tabiana.
Wait, is it the Drow's turn, though? It
skipped it because it was not visible, but it is the Drow's turn.
Oh, shoot.
Squirming ebony tentacles fill a 20-foot square, and those are difficult terrain. When you enter the area for the first time, or start your turn there, the creature will need to succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage, and be restrained by the tentacles until the spell ends. A creature that starts its turn in the area, and is already restrained, takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage. You can make a strength or dex check against your spell save to free yourself. Yes, the Drow has cast Evard's Black Tentacles on you.
I love that spell when I
Same.
use it as a DDO warlock. Right now, I'm not nearly as fond of it.
All right, the Slithering Tracker is going to try to slam Lucrezia. And that is a hit. And you take 12 points of damage. And now it is going to move into your space there, and you need to make a Dex save 13, which will roll on you. Which you succeed, so you are not grappled or restrained.
Hooray!
Taviana, your turn. You are surrounded by squirming tentacles, so you have to take some damage.
I need to make a dex save first, or
Yep, make a dexterity saving throw, and I believe I can actually cast that on you. I should call that up real quick.
if you can't, do I make it in or out of the tower?
I think I will do it on you.
Okay.
I'm just calling it up so I can just pull it. Actually, it should just be there. Okay. But it isn't. Okay, hang on. Oh, here we go. All right, so you failed your dexterity saving throw. So you take 5 points of bludgeon damage and are restrained.
Restrained, I can cast and stuff like that. I just can't move from the square I'm on, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm just going to keep that down below for reference in future turns.
Now I actually get to cast something?
Yep.
Okay, I am going to toss a Scorching Ray. And that is 3 rays of fire. Hurl them at targets within range. Range is 120 feet, so they're all good. Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. Theoretically, I could throw them at anything. I'm going to throw them all at this Drow Mage, and I am going to cast it at 3rd level, so I actually get 4 rays.
Okay.
Oh, because I had disadvantage. Damn! Oh, a nat 20 got dropped, and I'm okay. I'm just.
Happening.
Well, that's the third one so far that we've had this evening.
I actually forgot that spiritual weapon is a bonus action, so
Yes, it is.
I completely forgot that. So in that case, 60 feet. Yes, I'm within 60 feet of him. I am going to park a spiritual weapon in the square directly northeast, or right above that Drow Mage. That doesn't take. Oh, when I cast the spell, it makes a melee spell attack. Excellent. With disadvantage. Yay! Another nat 20 got dropped. Yay, it still hit. Jeez.
We'll just use the O here for the spiritual hammer.
Actually 4 points. Yay for modifiers. I am helping! And that is my turn.
If that was the drow that cast the thing, that's at least a concentration check.
Yeah, sure. All right.
So you might be helping a bit.
I have actually killed 2 things, so, I can just pretty much pike from here on out.
How do I give it a quick concentration check? I don't see something on the monster sheet that's like a quick check.
Yeah, it's just 10.
All right, so failed its concentration check, really?
Does that mean I'm no longer restrained?
I guess so.
Yes!
See, you were helping.
I'm really helping!
All right, fine. Go for it. All right, good.
That's the end of my turn, so that's the end of my helping for a while.
However, you see another drow round a corner,
When
and
he says
that
however,
drow does something very similar.
I really hate it when he says, however. Also, the other drow is not yet visible. Ah, there he is.
You see the slithering thing next to the drow as well.
Yeah, the drow just popped up.
I'm just checking out a couple other things. And it's going to cast... Nope, can't do that either. Alright, that's all it's going to do then. Lucrezia, you start your turn, so we need to have you make a dex check.
Dex check. Okay.
And remember, if you're within 10 feet of Lucretia, including herself, she gets to add her charisma modifier to saves. And you do as well if you're within 10 feet of her.
Okay. So then tell me what I need to roll. Alex.
I can just do it, but if you get a bonus or whatever... Oops. Alright, we'll take your 20, that's fine.
We'll
Alright,
take
so you,
the 20.
you succeed. Yeah. We'll take that 20, that's fine. You succeed.
Yay. Okay, what I'm going to do is, for my first attack, pull up this blunderbuss, point it at this drow mage, and
Oh
miss
no!
slightly.
Kaboom! And he dodges to the right, Neo style, and it just shatters against the wall.
Okay. If I move, I provoke opportunity from the thing that's on Maximilian, right? Or is it busy with Maximilian?
Sorry, repeat that.
I said if I were to move forward, would that provoke an attack from the creature that's on Maximilian, or is it busy with
It could,
Maximilian?
yes. It could.
Okay.
It could do like a slam attack.
Okay. Do I feel as if I can stab at it without hitting him?
Yes.
I do. Okay. So
Don't roll a 1.
which one is it to aim for? I can't.
I'll just pull it
Oh,
out
there it is.
briefly,
It went.
just for
Okay.
the.
So
I'll just pull it out for the purposes of the attack here. Oh, nat 20.
Yes! Smite!
In addition to the standard, the target loses an ear or an eye or blow to the skull, blah, blah, blah. This doesn't really have any of that stuff to lose. However, a chunk of it kind of falls off and slithers back into it. It's gross.
This is an ear. I was trying to figure out how the slithering thing could do that.
Yeah, it's gross. It's real gross. What are you going to do? Anything left? Okay. Nice. You're going to kill it is what you're going to do. Squish. What kind of damage was that?
That was a divine smite.
All right, so yeah, you just
piercing damage.
You pierced it into oblivion. It is basically destroyed. Anything else?
That was both attacks, right? Do I have a bonus action, correct?
Probably. Also, you haven't moved yet, so you don't have to worry about provoking an attack of opportunity if you want to. There are still Avard's black tentacles, however, so you know.
Would that affect me if I move?
I think difficult terrain, but I think that would be fine.
Okay. All right, and I don't have a bonus action, so that's it.
You're just in time. It goes right on you. with a life leech.
Oh, fun.
And you succeed, so you are not restrained or whatever. It also tries to slam you. And that is a hit for 6 points of damage. There we go. Cool. Cleared a target issue there. All right. Knight 2 is saying, I'm here to die for the cause. And actually has to succeed on a save here. Let's see what happens.
I suspect he gets stuck.
He fails to save. Takes 10 points of damage and is restrained. We'll try to make a strength check. I can't remember do you remember what that DC is? Is 13 going to cut it?
Well, it looks like a 14.
13. That's what I see. But, okay, yeah, so it fails it. So that's fine. We all knew he was kind of useless anyway. Maximilian, your turn.
All right, my turn to make said save. Unfortunately, I am just out of range, so it's just regular.
All right, you fail the save.
All right, so I'm restrained, so I'll do something different.
And take 9 points of damage.
I am going to, however, use my Stone's Endurance as a reaction to that.
Okay. Heal 14.
All right, Chill Touch. Gotcha anyway.
Nice. Okay, I'm just quick reading for the benefit of everyone here. Restrained in the player's guide. A restrained creature's speed becomes 0. It cannot benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the restrained creature have advantage. The creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
So
All right,
a
so what
spectral
did you do?
hand flies out. A spectral hand flies out, grabs the drow, doing 8 points of necrotic damage, and it can't regain hit points until
Nice.
my turn.
Anything else?
No, because I'm stuck.
So what kind of damage was that again? Would that be a concentration check again?
Yep. Anytime you've got a concentration spell up and you take damage, it's at least a DC 10 or half the damage taken, which is whoever's higher, and it's almost always DC 10.
All right, rolled a 15, so probably fine. The Cold Inventor is just cowering. It's useless. We start with the other Drow Mage that is being harassed by a Spiritual Hammer.
Spiritual Hammer has to do something, doesn't it?
On your turn.
Oh, not on its turn.
Correct.
Where did the icon for that go?
It's like diagonally up to the northeast.
All right. You see it's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I guess the Spiritual Hammer gets an attack of opportunity on it.
Okay. I'm good with that. I should not be at disadvantage, should I? Because I'm no longer grappled.
Oh, okay.
And I dropped a 16, so would that have hit?
All right, try it again.
Just caster.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you hit.
Take that! I'm helping a little more.
All right. Yeah, definitely more damage. It takes the damage and continues onward and casts a spell also quite familiar to you, which you are not pleased to see, called Lightning Bolt.
Uh-oh.
Not a kobold shaman. What the heck are you doing?
So that would mean
Sorry, knights.
Tabiana and the two knights must make a dexterity saving throw. Tabiana,
In the tower.
you failed your dex save.
That's right. You made it. Oh, that's a lot of dice.
And take 29 points
Oh!
of lightning damage.
You are part kobold, you jerk.
Actually, the one knight made it save. So that should be half damage. Yep, so 12 points. Knight 2. I got a critical success.
Sure. They rolled good rolls.
Good job, knights.
And took 10 points. They are members of the Queen's Guard, I guess. All right. Knight 1 is going to have to take its save on the Everts. And succeeds. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And is just rolling at difficult terrain speed southward.
Okay. Scorching Ray. It seems to work pretty well.
It's
And
the start of your turn, so let's do the
Right.
Everts.
well, actually, he's moved away from it. But what I was going to do was use my bonus action after I shoot the spell, because he's not within 5 feet anymore.
Yep, you succeeded on your Everts tentacle save, so you're not restrained.
Did he even cast Ever's tentacles at me?
The other Drow did. Remember, it's a persistent effect in the area here.
So he died.
Oh, Drow 1
The one
died?
the one that cast at me is dead.
No, they both cast it. Remember, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
And then Drow, the other Drow
Oh,
followed up with a lightning bolt.
mage down to the south cast it. Okay. I was going to say the other one wouldn't have still been able. If he cast lightning bolt at me,
No, there's two mages here.
Concentration.
There's
Yeah,
two mages.
forgot
They're
about
both,
them now.
they're both alive. Both mages are alive.
okay.
You did break its concentration, though.
Oh, we'll teach him. Okay, I am. Let me check my spell slots before I do this. Yes, I am going to cast Scorching Ray. As soon as I find it, there it is. And I'm actually going to cast it at. I'm going to be brave and cast this at level 4, so I'm going to cast 2 extra rays after my first 3.
Do I have to roll separately for each cast?
I
Do it.
believe so, yeah.
That's going to hit.
All right, the first one's a hit there. For 5 points of damage. Second one is a hit. For 7 points of damage. $16 is a hit. For 10 points of damage. Make sure you're marking that off in your spell slots.
Yep.
Yeah, nicely done. So,
I get 2 more because you get 3 rays and I'm casting it at 4th level, so I get 2
Yep.
more rays.
okay, go for it. Hit. 6 points of damage. Another hit.
Yes.
And it is down.
Nice.
The holy Pew Pew has taken out the Drow. That wasn't the one casting efforts, that's the one that did the lightning bolt.
I am checking off. I only have one 4th level spell slot left.
You can check
And-
see how far you're going to want your spiritual hammer to move.
I am looking at that right now.
That'll be your bonus action, probably.
I can move the. Oh, I can only move it up to 20 feet. There is not anything within 20 feet of me, so I'm just going to let it end. Well, I can.
No, you move it around. The next turn it'll get over there. If you need to.
It's a bonus back. Oh, that's right, because it'll still count as the same spell slot. And I won't have to. Okay.
It doesn't even take concentration.
Okay, I'll just put it there for now.
Alright, cool. And I believe that should be your turn unless you want to move. You're currently in difficult terrain, so it takes twice as much movement to move. But you could get out of the area.
The difficult terrain is all this circular area. Right?
Correct.
So,
Actually,
Now-
you could get to the edge to the west if you
I was
wanted.
thinking I don't want to move within melee range of that Drow mage, but I could move here. 20 feet. Will that put me?
No, that would be 40 feet, and you don't have 40 feet of movement.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think I have 10 feet. Why don't I just go there and then I can move a little more on my next turn?
You can do one more if you want.
Okay. And my spiritual weapon disappeared.
Should be there.
Oh, okay, now it's back. That
Okay.
was weird.
All right, it is the Drow's turn. The Drow has some decisions to make. Like, there's an awful lot of things around it. Should it try to get out of there, or should it try to attack?
Try to get out of here.
Or,
I hate when he says or.
remind me, Lucrezia, you're restrained?
I don't think so, no.
No, okay.
Yeah, because I stepped out of the tentacles and then made my save against the thing that's on top of me.
Okay. So, it is going to... I'm just looking up one more thing here. Okay, and it's going to do another radius attack. Of Cloud Kill.
Well, I mean, at least that's also concentration, so
Yep, so
won't be
the
difficult
Everest
terrain
goes
anymore.
away. Oops.
Tabian and the Knight are in Lucretia's aura, so there's that. Oh, the lower Knight. The upper one's boned.
Yeah, and so is the thing that it was with. Okay, so it spreads. It lasts for the duration. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, that creature must make a Constitution saving throw or take 5d8 poison damage, half on a successful one, etc. Other things. But that means you start it when it's cast. All right, so you fail there, Lucrezia. Taking 19 points.
Oh, this is getting scary. Also, I'm supposed to be a cleric. I'm like,
You succeed, Tabiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone's got immunity to poison, let me know. You take half damage for 9.
Still pretty doggone damaged. And so are we all.
Maximilian.
I'm a crappy healer.
Oh no, you rolled a 2. 5 modified. And take 26 points of damage. Very heavy damage.
I breathed in at the wrong moment.
The knight failed. And takes 22 points of damage. Is still alive. The other knight succeeds. Takes half of 14, and the kobold is not affected. Now, the Drow is going to provoke an attack of opportunity here, Lucrezia, and try to bolt down the hall.
Okay. Well, I will swing at him. But I will miss.
Okay.
I'm busy coughing.
All right, that's it. Lucrezia, your turn.
There's still a thing on me, right?
Yeah, you were standing on one of the things. Now, it is not grappling you, however.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll stab up.
Nice, critical hit. You roll a
Go
nat
ahead.
20 there.
Do 1 smite instead of 2.
Nice. Splat. It is gone. You have some movement. The first 5 feet will be 10 feet because of difficult terrain.
Okay, so
Is-
10.
Is the tunnel difficult terrain on its own?
No.
No, but I was just inside the cloud kill.
As a matter of fact, it looks like this is a more recent tunnel. Like this was not part of the original storeroom.
So that was 10, 15, 20, 25.
Is it
30?
the cloud kill making the
Are
difficult
the
terrain?
tentacles still there?
Yes.
Okay.
The cloud kill is not difficult terrain, but it is still there.
Okay, I have 1 third level slot left. So we are going to smite at 3rd level on this hit.
Nice. Besides,
this is-
31 points of damage.
Let's make a concentration check.
I
Guess
already
it's 15 this time.
I already did. It's failed, and the cloud kill is gone.
Yay.
Actually, let me check out, though, on that cloud kill if it really needs a concentration check, or if it's just duration. But I think it's concentration. Yeah, concentration. Okay, cool. Knight 2 is not restrained any longer and is going to go back to defend the kobold. The kobold is scared. All right, top of the order, Knight 1 bolts around the corner. 10, 20...
Did I go?
You did early. Wait a second.
He did get skipped.
All right. Yeah, I think you're right. You did get skipped. So why don't you take your turn and then we'll just continue with turn order.
Okay. Can I? There we go. Alright, I guess I'll dash.
double move?
Yep, dash. And I'm done. So back to night 1.
Okay, well, night 1 just double moved as well. Tabiana,
Okay, for right now, I am going to
you're not
say-
coming through.
Oops. For right now, am I coming through now?
Yes.
Okay. For right now, I'm going to stay right where I am, and there's a reason for that. I am going to cast Mass Healing Word at level 4. I think this is my last 4th level slot. That gives me a range of 60 feet, so I can get that knight up at the top. I'm going to call out Words of Restoration. Up to 6 creatures of my choice that I can see within range to regain hit points. Oh, wait. Can I see Maximilian?
No.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, then I am going to move. Can I see Maximilian from here?
Yeah, good enough.
I'm not really getting light. Oh, okay, the light.
Yeah, you can see good enough that you would be able to do healing word,
Okay.
sure.
Actually, I still am within 60 feet of that knight, so great.
You can't see night 2 though anymore.
Oh, that's okay. Well, sorry, Knight 2. If you're going to be up there, you're not going to get healed. And I'm going to cast Mass Healing Word at level 4. So I'm going to cast it and then throw another 1d4 on everybody. Is there a way to do that in Fantasy Grounds? Cast it at level 4? Do I just need to roll it separately?
Are you using mass healing word? Yeah, just when you pick up the dice, hold down control and right click, and it'll just add another dice to it. It's a quick and easy way of doing it.
Except there's just like a plus button to cast heal that you drag onto everybody you want to heal.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that's not what I got.
Yeah, you can hold down the 1d4 plus 3 and then use the right mouse button to make it 2d4 plus 3.
No, actually, it's not letting me do that because I'm not dragging dice. There's not a way to drag the dice on.
Rather than put it over the red plus sign, put it over the numbers.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it to work once, and now it's not working.
That's okay. Just grab the 8 and drag
Oh,
it and
there we
drop
go.
it on who you want to apply it to.
All right.
I still need to heal myself, and it's just like, go, what? It was working a minute ago. Why is this not doing it now? It said control, right?
I see that you've taken 2 heals already of 2 6s, so I think you
Did
should
that
be
actually
fine.
heal me?
I think so.
Oh, I guarantee you it did not, because I'm still at 43 damage
Okay.
before. I think that was when I was just accidentally,
All right,
like,
I'll give you 12. That'll do it.
okay, well, actually, whatever.
Thank you.
All right, what else would you like to do this turn? You've moved and you've done your main action. You could maybe move the hammer some more if you'd like.
Sure.
Maybe something like that.
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay, the Drow Mage is going to... is not happy with the current state of things. First off is going to Misty Step. and then is going to do a double movement to run down the hallway.
Run away!
Because he's a mage.
And he's facing at least 2 knights and 3 people, one of which can cast, at least a couple of which can cast spells. All right, so at the moment then, we're done with combat unless you're going to try to chase after.
I'm gonna head back to the kobold.
I don't think we have any rogues to chase him down with, so we'll just migrate, I think.
So I will head back to
Wow.
the kobold and speak with him as Dunette suggested.
Donut.
Donut.
All right, guys. We're this better not be the secret lair, as what I'm saying. So, where's the hideout that we can get to? And discuss
There's no
things.
hideout that we get to. This was to protect Donut. We serve to die if needed to protect Donut. That we die, but we don't die thanks to you.
Okay.
What is your name, little kobold?
Why do you want to know?
So I can address you as something other than little kobold?
Call me the inventor.
The inventor. What's going on?
Well, we were down here hiding from the Queen's Guard, and then you, members of the Queen's Guard, showed up and brought with you apparently many enemies.
So, why is the Queen's Guard attacking? They're not supposed to be.
The Queen's Guard is rounding up new recruits all the time, and his eyes get dark. Things we don't know why this is happening, but the Queen's Guard is increasing in size a lot. We choose not to fight. Or join them. At which point, one of the knights says, we see people going. We do not see people returning. Something is wrong.
We figured that much out.
So we were here to protect Donut. And that's all I'm willing to say about that for now. But it sounds like Donut wishes you to perhaps meet with him again. What brought you here?
I have forgotten how to play the sister's name, but we were attempting
The
to...
Queen's sister.
The Queen...
You don't know her name
to
yet.
speak with the Queen's sister in order to find out if the Queen is safe and to let her know that we felt as if the guard had been compromised in some fashion, although we weren't sure how.
At which point you see the kobold inventor roll his eyes, go, "You wanted to go to the Queen's sister? What are you doing here?"
Look, we've been away. Is she not here?
Hey there, Farg.
Well, she's in Queenkin, for one.
So, out of the cabin and north a little bit.
Yep. But you're not anywhere near the Queen's sister, and clearly the Queen's sister would not be in a tavern like this, and it looks like the tavern hasn't even been used for a while.
Oh, why were we in the tavern? I told you we were looking for the cat.
There is no cat. At which point, you hear a mew from upstairs.
Oh, really?
Sneezy,
There's no cat, huh?
Sneezy. Come on, Sneezy. Come on, kitty, kitty.
Let's head up there, I guess, and eventually we've got to find some place to recuperate.
Right, and the tavern is indeed going to be that place. It's also a good time for a break, but I wanted to mention one thing, a couple things, before we take that break. One is which that magical darkness and deafness is still there, for one thing. So it was not, say, recently cast or cast by even maybe someone here. So that is some kind of long-term thing that has been cast on that area. The other thing I would mention is that you are able to sit in the tavern and at least so far be undisturbed. The kobold says that they've been using it as something like a hideout. Going to give everyone a long
Great.
rest here and move us over to the other map.
Now that Spectre's gone.
One of the knights stays down below to guard. And we're going to take a 5-minute break here. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching D&D Night on DDOstream. We're going to be back on in 5 minutes. We're going to take our mid-session break. We go until a little bit before 10 o'clock here tonight. This is part 2 of 3 of the Queen's Return, tabletop D&D on D&D Night on DDOstream. I will see you in 5 minutes. Well,
it
hello
wasn't
everyone.
huge, but
Welcome. We're back here to D&D Night on DDOstream. We were just back from a quick AFK break to midpoint break here today. Thank you everyone for being here. We are sponsored by Fantasy Grounds. You can find out more at fantasygrounds.com. D&D Night on DDOstream at tabletop D&D by and for DDO players, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/DDOstream. We are in part 2 of the Queen's Return. The group has just been faced with yet another set of combat by some unknown attackers that appear to be at least somewhat related to the Queen's Guard, the group that they are technically a member of and have been called back to the Royal City for. They are, however, headed to Queenkin to try to find the Queen's sister. Now, the Queen's sister is not the Queen's actual sister, but it's an honorary title, basically the Queen's right-hand person. And in this case, it is also someone who has lived many, many years and is someone who is a Mishapitarian. They learned this over the Thanksgiving special, where they were tasked with basically finding the Queen's sister a Thanksgiving meal. Mishapitarians only believe in things that are killed and consumed after living a full, healthy, normal life. So they are not killed per se, but they die, but through natural causes, and then can be consumed. And that goes to things like plants as well. If you don't cut plants, but if an apple falls from a tree, you can eat it. And that is ultimately mostly what they know about the Queen's sister, other than the Queen's sister also earned her title by doing some severe honor, sacrifice to the Queen at some distant point in the past. You've just taken a long rest. I'm going to give you a chance to kind of swap out any spells or whatever. If you'd like to tell the audience anything you might be doing there, let me know. Otherwise, I'd like to hear a little bit from the group about what you'd like to do for the next section here to try to approach Queenkin and sneak in. Are you trying to sneak?
all right, guys, we got to figure out how to get to the Queen's sister without sneaking, because we're not good at it.
Yeah, I don't really want to sneak because, as you said, I'm not good at it. And on the other hand, I don't really want to do it in a way that calls any attention to myself at all.
Perhaps we can ask Donut to help us?
Where'd he go, though?
Kobold Inventor said, well, he probably teleported over to Queenkin.
Help us to get to the Queen's sister.
Well, wait, Kobold Inventor, what exactly kinds of things do you invent? And I'm sorry if I'm repeating, I just was like AFK for about 15 seconds breaking up a kitty fight.
Well, at the moment, in recent months, I have been helping Donut eat by creating... No, they're not traps. I don't know. They're things that help animals live a full life and then end that life so that they can be consumed.
So he's a Mishapitarian as well.
Oh yeah, him and the Queen's sister are super close.
That sounds awful exhausting. I'm surprised you got to that size.
I think it's pretty fun. Well, talk about a great way to make a living. I get to go all sorts of places and do all sorts of amazing things. And they just fund my research.
Do you have anything that might help us on our way to see the Queen's sister?
Not really, other than, Donut knows who you... Donut knows who you are. Don't call him Donut. It makes him mad.
Well, if you were going to go see the Queen's sister, what would you do?
Well, I would probably sneak around with Donut and wait for him to go see the Queen's sister. The Queen's sister thinks I'm pretty cool, although she sometimes likes to criticize my... They're not traps.
Oh, I see. You make they're not traps.
Yeah, I make things that aren't traps.
Just future accidents.
Exactly.
I know. I have an idea. How about if there's some accidents, we plan a feast for the Queen's sister, and my companions and I will wait the tables in disguise, you see.
Well, you do know that it wasn't that long ago that the Queen's sister, recognized your honor. So you could probably approach the Queen's sister. I mean, you would be maybe checked, or you can't just walk up and give her a big hug or anything. But you would be welcome to probably, at least as things used to stand, be
Well,
within
we
range of the
thought
Queen's
so,
sister.
but we
No
keep being
problem.
attacked by
Yeah,
Queen's
that's
guard.
that's outside of the compound. I mean, hard to say what would be. I mean, you're right, but the Kobold Inventor is with Donut, and Donut's with the Queen's sister, and Donut wasn't going to attack you once he figured out that you weren't. You were from far enough time away to not be whatever is going on.
How about we come up with a way of getting into the town where the guard aren't necessarily. I'm guessing they're probably patrolling the walls and such for the most part. I could be wrong. They could be guarding the citadel. I don't know.
Make a perception check. Everyone in the party.
Tower or out?
It doesn't matter. All right. So, Lucrezia, you think, in terms of how, when they talk about the guards patrolling the outside of the walls and that, you see the Kobold Inventor look kind of uncomfortable. Might be hiding something.
What's up with the guards on the wall?
Oh, I definitely would not try to walk into town. But I have no way to get in. I don't know.
But if you had to go into town, how would you do it?
The Kobold Inventor says, well, I would just wait for Donut.
So you can teleport.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you had to get to Donut and he was not coming to here, and you need to get into town to get to him.
Everyone make an insight check. All right, Lucrezia again. You realize, wait a second. Does that mean there's still a drow down there? And if not, where does that go?
Hey, Inventor, where do those tunnels that we were in lead to?
Oh, tunnels! I didn't see. That's just a. I mean,
Uh-huh.
it might lead to Queen. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then Night One says, "If you have ruined our plans." He looks at the kobold.
Look, we just need to get in.
Well, I can't stop you now that you've told me, maybe tell you the big secret that I'm not supposed to tell her on penalty of death. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Well, you did do it in service to the queen.
That means I'm gonna die. And the knight goes over to console him. No, you're not gonna die. We've got your back this time. We've got your back.
Right, I guess we're going back in the tunnel.
Can I give the kobold a reassuring pat on the head?
The kobold says, "Get out of here!"
I'm sorry, little guy. I want to help you.
You made things a lot worse by showing up. Let's put it that way. At least in terms of that kobold's life.
Well, Kobold, I really do care about you and I want you to be safe. What can we do to make up for this? What can we do to help you be safe?
You can get far, far away from me.
The tunnels it is.
Okay, but if you ever need anything, ask for Tabiana.
Oh, sure. I'll definitely do that.
I'm a healer. If you get hurt, I can heal you. I hope you don't get hurt, but if you do, please remember me. And remember that I really do want to help you.
Think of me the next time you're hurt.
Exactly. Although I will continue to hope that you will not be hurt.
All right, I guess it's time to shimmy down into the dark and the quiet and keep an eye out for ambushes.
I am prepping the next map here. All right. So when you get down to the tunnels, I'm not going to bother putting the characters back in there. And you basically chase your way down to where the Drow is. Went down. You go around the corner to find basically a windy, very skinny passage. Like, this is not a passage meant for permanent travel. This was quickly dug from the root cellar of that tavern to wherever it is you're going. And you come out right on the underside of a lower section of what is clearly a castle, like a turreted area, and come out in a castle keep area. I'm going to put you on, like, the stairs. You'll see. All right, I'm sharing a sheet here. And it comes into a courtyard that is eerily empty, except you hear movement from up kind of above, really the lower right section of the map. Everyone see the map here?
Yes.
Yep.
Let me populate a few NPCs in. But mostly you just see a few guards and knights milling around. Again, you wouldn't want to necessarily storm in or anything, but you don't see anything other than what you would expect to see. And sort of what would amount to kind of a tower, a main tower for an entrance to probably Queenkin. Maybe not the main entrance, though. As a matter of fact, almost certainly not the main entrance, but one of the side entrances. Like a lesser entrance. Like the people's entrance, rather than maybe a one for trader business.
Okay, well that's a good deal of help.
Just in case, let me add on to the combat tracker. All right, good enough. Now, I'm going to place them around the map a little bit. They're basically just on patrol, doing regular things. You don't see any people, any villages coming around, but you do see, like I say, general signs of patrol guards, including a couple that are close to you. They do not yet see you, however. What do you want to do? You hear sounds basically up above you. Like from here, if you could see that on the map.
We hear sounds up above. What kind of sounds?
Boisterous sounds. Like sounds of joviality, perhaps some kind of feast, that kind of thing.
Do we hear any meowing at all?
No.
Hmm.
Are we trying to go this way or more this way? Oh, not.
Well,
Or
you
more
would
that way.
probably want to go up, like theoretically, let's see if I can just draw on the map. You would theoretically probably want to go something like that if that was where you were going to head into this room. You could go this way, presumably, somehow.
Okay.
Or whatever, you know.
None of the guards have seen us.
No, I'm letting you guys be in the moment to let me know what kind of stealth actions you're going to do, or if you're not going to do stealth actions or whatever, you let me know. I'm giving you a second to kind of think about it because you will have come out. Remember, basically, if you went down to the bottom of the staircase, there would be a basic utility passage that opened up a secret door near what amounts to, it looks like some kind of grain storage.
All right, fellows. It is my intention to just go through like I belong here.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if I should. Is there anyone else I should maybe try to use sending to get a message to and see what they have to say? Like maybe the Queen's sister or Sneezy Jr. Probably not the Queen herself.
Well, either of those could be options.
So what do you guys think?
I guess we should just approach the Queen's sister, and if a guard questions us, be like, "We're here to speak with the Queen's sister."
What's the worst that could happen, right?
Exactly.
We hacked through a bunch of loyal knights.
All right. So you walk up, sort of as if you own the place, and this guard immediately comes down and says, "Halt! State your business."
We are on the Queen's business. We have come to see her sister about business that regards her.
You're here from the Queen? At which point this knight notices.
It is what we do.
Sound the alarm, the knight says to the other. And this one runs this way. What are you going to do?
Well,
Let him run.
You're
Which
just going to
one?
stand there and let him run?
I was looking away. That one runs?
Yeah.
That sounds like treason to me.
Okay.
I would agree.
So, are you going to attack?
Yep, just a second.
Personally, I don't want to really risk using up my spell slots and stuff like that, not knowing what we're going to find between here and those sounds. Unless they attack us, I would kind of be in favor of not attacking.
Yeah,
Although, if you guys think it would be good to attack, the disadvantage is though if we don't attack, then we could suddenly find ourselves greatly outnumbered. Instead of we could take them out a few at a time, or end up having to fight a bunch of them. But I don't know. I just kind of want to conserve spell slots if I can.
I say we just have Maximilian say, "We are here to speak with the Queen's sister," and we just start striding up towards the noises.
That sounds good to
Okay.
me.
All right. Well, while you're striding up, this knight is backing up. This knight is run away. You soon hear an alarm start to ring and a lot of commotion up from the tower. These two guards are following as best they can behind you. And you're making your way kind of up the staircase here when from the tower door above, which is not really pictured on the map, we're just going to pretend it's here, you see a familiar figure.
Is it Sneezy?
No, it is one Donut the Ancient.
No, Newt. Good to see you. You still do look pretty glazed.
He looks very angry.
Are you angry at us?
There is an alarm going off.
I was thinking maybe he would be angry at the knights.
Well, I suppose that's possible. All right.
Donut, we are here to speak with the Queen's sister.
You called him Donut. He doesn't like that.
You're from the Queen, you traitors! I knew you were lying!
What is going on?
Well, clearly, what do you think is going on? Let me ask you.
I don't know, but I have a feeling it's got something to do with those apples.
I suspect that the guard is headed by someone who's basically doing a coup, possibly in the Queen's absence, and we're kind of in the middle of it. So some of the people here think that if we're from the Queen, then that's the Queen's guard, and that's the same thing, but it's not the Queen at all.
I mean, you're saying you are representing the current state of the Queen. You are on the orders of the Queen herself to visit the Queen's sister.
Well, we act with the
More or less.
Queen's authority, and we are come to see, and we have come to see the Queen's sister. Not necessarily the Queen has told us to come see the Queen's sister.
Please let us speak to the Queen's sister so that we may ascertain that she is okay.
Okay. He turns back around and says, "These are the traitors. They're the ones who sent the enemies."
We have sent no enemies.
You do notice the alarm has stopped. Well, I mean, you did, because they were clearly following you. I'm just
Yes,
saying.
to kill us. For some reason.
All right. Well, you are in luck. Because the Queen, her sister herself, pokes through the door with you towards the top of the stairs and says, "Stay there." You're about there.
I'm going to assume that was at us, and so I will.
All right.
I'm not moving.
You hear her voice, and she says, I remember you. What are you possibly doing here?
We are trying to figure out what is going on and to see if you and your sister are safe.
We got a summons from supposedly the captain of the guards, but it wasn't his writing, and there were other clues that. We're pretty sure it was not actually from him. So we're just trying to get to the bottom of what's actually going on.
You say you have a message from the Queen.
From the captain, the guard captain. Or so.
That's not what Maximilian just said.
Oh.
Well, how are you going to answer that?
I'm going to let Maximilian answer it.
We have orders that should have come from the Queen, yes.
Oh, God. Okay, well, put me in a weird position, why don't you? Okay, why don't you try to give me some kind of influence check?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Trying the old intimidate, but not that intimidating when you're standing next to Donut, the ancient. The Queen's sister says, why would we believe you? If you're doing business for the Queen, then clearly you don't have my interest at heart.
Has the Queen
Explain.
been compromised? Have you been compromised? We trust no one right now. We were
Except
sent
to
on a
ours.
mission, we came back, and everyone's trying to kill us.
All right, Lucrezia, make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
I have to say you're doing pretty good there, all said and done. So, she's like, do they really not know?
We really don't know! Can we just sit down somewhere and talk? Look, here's my weapons. And I drop my sword and whatever.
Excellent. Okay, that causes the knight in front of you to relax somewhat. The other knights kind of follow up behind you, but as long as you're willing to let them just sort of guard you, they'll usher you in.
Okay, fine.
Okay. For ease of map use, I'm just going to use the top of this tower, but we're really in the inside room of this tower, if you can just sort of picture it. Just imagine this is a pretend ceiling, okay?
Sure.
They kind of have you in a corner, and they're asking you basically to explain what you've seen, what you've done, like you would expect. How truthful do you want to be with them?
We tell the apple story, we tell the shopkeeping story, the guy coming back and trying to kill us, then the guards trying to kill us, then the assassin things trying to kill us, and then Unit not trying to kill us, and we think, okay, maybe there's some people going on, but then now they're trying to kill us, and we're super confused.
All right, well, the Queen's sister says, it was about 3 months ago that something happened with the Queen. As you know, the Queen has been a wonderful ruler for eternity, but in recent months, there have been rumors that began of disappearances in the night and guards just never coming back from their shift, and the aura of the place just got very, very dark and cruelty like I've never seen. As such, I mean, I saved the Queen's life and am the Queen's sister, but I'm not the Queen, nor am I a blood relative. And I've been here in hiding, waiting for the day that representatives of the Queens would come calling, and that is where we find ourselves today.
You just happen to get the representatives of the queen as you knew her, as opposed to how she's currently represented.
I guess so. Donut says they did seem to help defend us. At that point, I would actually mention a couple of things. In the room here, you notice what appears to be a feast with a bunch of dead rabbits and a dead turkey. Not the great turkey, but a decent enough turkey. Along with what you see, a whole bunch of like rutabagas? Things like that? And
Okay,
they
you
were in the
say these
process of
animals-
eating them, so.
You say the turkey and the rabbits are dead, but since they're cooked, I'm assume we can't tell how they died, because I'm just wondering, since the queen's sister is
I mean, you might be able to
is
take a
Hepatarian.
look. Yeah, if you want to take a look, you can try to do kind of an insight check on the food. Or perception, maybe.
Let me see which
Or
I have.
history, I guess, honestly. Would probably work too.
I'm definitely going with insight. And for some reason that didn't roll. There we go.
All right. Well, Tabiana, you can tell. I mean, it's certainly an unusual combination of food for someone who was not bound by somewhat unusual diets. It looks fairly haphazard, like here is the crop, here is the feast, rather than we're going to make this for a feast. So maybe?
So the queen's sister seems similar, at least, to how she was
Yep,
with SR.
exactly.
Okay. So the queen has been compromised in some manner. Is that what we're surmising?
It sure seems like it. Something is wrong. I can't imagine the queen I knew. I mean, killing people in the middle of the night? Surely that can't be the queen, right?
That's
When was she last publicly seen?
Not well. I have sent a few of my crew, a few of my people in my employ to check, and they have not returned.
Okay, so that means, as far as we know, no one's seen the queen.
I mean, we've been holed up here largely after we started hearing of really guards coming around, bringing people to the royal city, and simply not hearing back from those people. But we've heard of unrest in the land. We've heard that there are dark times, that criminals are being rounded up, people who didn't they maybe broke the law, but to be rounded up?
how can we
So,
help?
sorry, go ahead.
How can we help?
Well, I guess you could go to the royal city as my eyes and ears.
We could probably do that. We will go.
It sounds very, but we're never going to know what's going on if we don't, right?
Right.
We will go on your behalf as a concerned sister.
Do you actually have orders to see me from the queen?
No. We have orders from the queen. Yes. Did we come to see you? Also, yes.
We came to see you to see if you thought the queen had been compromised, or if she was captured, or perhaps dead.
Thank the great turkey. That means we may still not be in her eyesight.
Show her the letter from the captain of the guard.
Here is this counterfeit letter. It is a genuine letter. Its source is counterfeit.
Interesting. Well, perhaps the general of the guard is no longer the general of the guard.
I did attempt to contact him via the sending spell, and we received no reply, which makes me think he must be either incapacitated or dead.
So we will happily go. However, these assassin creatures have been attacking us at every turn. So I'm trying to think of some sort of ruse to where we won't be attacked so that we can actually get there in one piece.
Well, we may be able to help with that.
Also, I was confused by the dark-skinned humanoids that attacked us below.
I don't know about those. She looks to Donut. Donut says, I only saw them from a distance. They looked like some kind of magical evil ooze.
That sums it
At
up.
which the Queen's sister says, I wonder if it's edible.
Ew.
Probably not. It might bite back harder than you bite it.
Ooh, I'd love to try.
Well, we can probably tell you how to get there.
Well, at which point you notice the kobold speak up, who is also dressed almost exactly like the other kobold, and maybe is a twin. Speak up and say, they need to get to the royal city undetected. Is that right? Well. I think I've got just the answer to that one. I have a potion that I've been brewing that casts both invisibility and fly at the same time.
How well tested is it?
Let's find out.
Oh.
YOLO, I think it would be amazing to fly along invisibly, even if you weren't trying to infiltrate something.
Well, it's settled then, the Queen's sister says. Prepare for a trip to the royal city.
All right. Ready.
All right, I mean, do you want to just roll with it, or do you want to? What do you want to do? Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna wrap this up early then, and we'll just take care of the Queen's City visit for our next and third part encounter of the Queen's Return here on D&D Night on DDOstream. This is a perfect place to call it a session for part 2. So we're gonna do that now. Thanks very much for watching, everybody, and let me quick go around to give people a chance to promote their own work, side projects, and what have you. Let us start here with Even.
Hi, I am Even. I'm Even Note on Twitch and Instagram, and my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/koboldeven, where I haven't streamed for a while, but I should be picking back up soon with the follow-up to Kobold Kindergarten, which will be called Project Yark.
Indeed. Okay, Alex.
Hey everybody, this is Alex, aka Groovy. You can check out my Twitch channel soon at twitch.tv Groovy. And of course, DDO Sunday with Alex and Lynn will be coming back quite soon. And of course, you can check out our products at eldritchentertainment.com.
Yep, eldritchentertainment.com. You guys got some cool kind of tabletop accessories and stuff there.
That's true. And also, Alex and I play. Alex and I play on Patrick's game, which is the Sunday before this one, and as well, I play in when Alex runs Rime of the Frost Maiden, which is the first week of the month, I believe.
Yep, and that would be D&D Night on DDOstream every Sunday night, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. Rotating cast of Dungeon Masters once per month. Everyone gets a shot at doing it. And we've got plenty of room, I believe, for some future players as well. On DMs, we have a lot of interest in. There's always room for extra players, so if you'd like to. We have a Discord, which we can... I can probably drop an invite to that if someone is interested. Otherwise, just hit us up on social media and we'd be happy to get you into the D&D Night Discord as well. If you want to follow any of my personal stuff, it's over on Mock Duck Plays Games. You can find that over on YouTube. And otherwise, I am the community manager for DDO, so all the official stuff is you can go to DDO.com, get a free game account, check out Dungeons & Dragons Online, the MMO, and normally DDOstream is all about DDO, and you can find our full schedule over on twitch.tv/DDOstream. Thanks, everyone.
Real quick, don't forget that next week on D&D Night on DDOstream is Evil Beaker's Heroes of Battle Rise game, which I will be in, and I believe, Jerry, you are as well.
Yep, I am indeed, as Jerry the Cleric.
You're not coming through on Discord.
Am indeed as Jerry the Cleric. All right, thanks, everyone. I'll see you soon.
Thanks for
Good night,
watching.
everyone.